What's up, y'all? It's Crypto Kenzie, man. Man, y'all already know what time it is. It's time for crypto and culture. Let's go. What's going on, crypto cousins? It's your Bitcoin baby daddy here with another episode of Crypto and Culture. All right, so today we're just gonna do a straight market update, see what the price is doing. But first, I really want to get into this thing real quick. Yeah, so this came out like on Tuesday, y'all. And you know, on my channel we don't be giving financial advice, bro. We don't give out financial advice on my channel because at the end of the day, I'm not a financial advisor. All risk, all investing has a risk, blah 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 blah. You know, the full-blown disclaimer, so that way y'all can't sue me. Well, Goldman Sachs, because we all know that Goldman Sachs, one of the largest investment firms, blah blah blah, whatever, they own a lot of stuff. Their private insider groups, their millionaire people group, they sent out this newsletter telling people, hey, look, this, they tell about everything. They tell about, gold, everything. It pretty much just tells you guys about everything, what's going on, like every different market, what blah blah blah. But they finally started sharing information about Bitcoin. And they're like, we got our short-term target is $13,900, so essentially $1,400. Wow, sorry. So their target is essentially $1,400. They say it's it's gonna pull back to about 1,000 to 10,700, maybe even more. Make sure we don't break that, because if we break 10,900, also is talking about how if it goes all the way down to 9,000. Pretty much, hey, F it, don't buy into it. That's the ultimate, like, whatever, bruh. We at the end of the day, if you dollar cost averaging, if you've been in this since I've been in it, yeah, pretty much 2017, late 2017, the last top. So I can't really talk, but if you recently joined my channel and you've been in it since all this, going back to $9,000 isn't really that bad, because you've been in it since what, like 3,000, 4,000. So going back to 9,000 and bouncing off of that and coming back up really doesn't hurt you. So that's the whole thing of why I say DCA Fridays or dollar cost Fridays, dollar cost average, where you put in just a little bit of whatever extra money you have, put it in and just leave it there and use it as like a savings account, because of course your regular savings account won't do shit for you. Like it doesn't grow. Like, tell me anybody who's actually had money in their savings account grow. But isn't that what the savings account is supposed to do? It's supposed to grow over time, but people keep forgetting that. Well, the funny thing is, this is literally when they put out their analysis to their insider groups, Goldman Sachs to their billionaire insider group. And of course it was put on CNBC. And I'm like, how does this insider group gets put out on CNBC and everything? But the funny thing is, a year ago, somebody actually made a chart and says every time CNBC is positive on Bitcoin, the price goes down. And every time CNBC is negative on Bitcoin, the price goes up. And there was like a full-blown chart, and it shows literally date per date every time. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. So of course they were, CNBC was like, oh, Bitcoin's gonna go up. Goldman Sachs said it will, and of course the price goes down. When we start breaking 20K and we start going towards 100K, CNBC is going to be positive like damn near all the way through, and it's going to be hard to tell like when the last leg of the bull market's going to be, because everyone's going to be talking about it. And especially me, since I'm in this space and I'm just looking, like I do this every day, it's going to be hard for me to tell when too many people are talking about it. You get what I'm saying? But if we just do this market analysis here, we see that we got our moving averages over here. We broke this red moving average, and now we're holding on to this green moving average. We haven't tested the blue moving average since forever, Lord. So even if we already come, which is the last line of defense before crashing through everything, that blue moving average is definitely sitting at like 8,000, like right about there. So that blue moving average hasn't been curving down at all. It's just been going its way. Looking at the RSI, this is back when last week when we were at the low 9,000s, and it looks like the RSI is coming back down to test that. So over here at around like $43, like I said $43, around like the 43 point range. And honestly, in all the other bull markets, that's usually what happens. We come back to like this halfway mark and then we keep going back up. Also, if you look at the MACD, so I'm looking at the daily chart, so that way I should have said that earlier, but who cares. So looking at the daily chart, you definitely missed this leg up if you weren't buying here at this low. And now we're over here tethering down, and it looks like we might come back for another low, another hat. So meaning that we might come back down to this 9,000. Test it one more time. We've had so many lines of support for this 1,000. Over here it was resistance, then here and here it came support. So I can see us coming back down to that and then just going back up again, or coming back down going sideways. But there's way too much money activity within this like 7,000, and especially we have this blue line here to even go like even cross down. So we'll see, because you know, only time will tell what happens. But that's pretty much for that. But I want to do a little story time, guys. I just want to talk to you guys a little quick. So, you know, it's Wednesday, guys, and you know, like I said, Wednesdays it's always Wednesdays and Fridays are the days that Bitcoin just likes to make big moves. And you know, and of course the weekends, because you know, normal trading doesn't happen, like, because this is like a global market and like this is like a global thing. There is no downtime. Bitcoin never stops. Like, unlike stocks and bonds and stuff, where on the weekends it stops, and you know, at 5 and 9 and whatever it stops and whatever. But Bitcoin goes on 24/7 all the time, no sleep. So woke up this morning. I usually dollar cost average on Wednesdays or Fridays, and I woke up this morning. I'm like, all right, cool. Got paid the regular job paycheck. Looked at it like, ugh, because I actually worked like a little bit of overtime, and I saw my check from working overtime, and I'm like, ugh, that's it. Like, you know, like, have you ever like really like, and the thing is, like, I had an interview, because you know, guys, I had an interview with the guy that Bitcoin in Black America. So the author of that book, Bitcoin Zay. I'm just gonna say Bitcoin Zay because that's what I know him on Twitter for. And on that day, my job had me work overtime and made me completely miss my interview with him. And so yeah, so this is a little personal story, and I was pissed. I was pissed off that day because I never work overtime on my job, because that was like one of the things that I kind of like requested when I found my new job, because my last job, I was working so much overtime, it was ridiculous. Like, I was staying till like 11 o'clock at night almost every day. That wasn't really healthy for me, you know? So I left that job, and now I'm at this job where I don't have to work overtime, so that way on my nights I can just come home, make a video, or come home, learn something new, and then, you know, relate this stuff to you guys so that way you guys can hear it. And on that day, like, I ended up having to work overtime. I ended up missing this interview, and now I still haven't even been able to reschedule the interview because he's been so busy. And that shit had me heated. That shit had me heated, y'all, because, you know, I'm trying to like build into this community. I'm trying to build my own stuff, you know, trying to build my own community in this bit. And that was my opportunity to talk to somebody that's been in the space, that's Black, you know, you feel me? And that's done positives, wrote a book and everything. So that was my opportunity to do that. And of course, timing as it be, like, that's when my job wants to be like, oh no, we need you to do this random amounts of overtime. So whatever. So I get the check, and the check's like, oh, extra $100, like extra $100. That's it. So whatever. So I'm like, you know, I got an extra $100. Put that. I'm like, all right, I'll put a little extra in Bitcoin today. Since it's Wednesday, I usually put X amount. I'm gonna put X amount plus that extra $100. Go on my Coinbase app, buy, waiting there. And I'm like, yo, this usually doesn't take this long. Well, what's going on? What's going on here? And then I got an email, looked at my email, Coinbase hit me with the email. Yeah, so your bank declined the transaction. I'm like, declined the transaction? Nigga, I just got paid. What do you mean declined the transaction? I clearly had the money in my account, and they've like, I told you guys they're gonna start fucking with me. I told you guys. And if you have money in any bank and you start buying crypto heavy, they're gonna do the same thing to you, because they understand what this is way better than you do. And they think they understand it way better than I do. But now that I see how you're acting, like I've been with this bank for almost 10 years now, and this is how they treat me. And this is how they disrespect me. A 10-year customer, bruh. Nah, bruh. I can't wait. I can't wait till I won't have to use you guys no more. Because if this is how you're gonna treat a loyal customer, because I've been awakened, because I've seen the light. I've seen the light, y'all. And this is how you're gonna treat me? Nah, bro. It's good. It's good. Just wait. So that's just a little bit of story time, guys, because they tried the shit out of me. But it doesn't matter because I've been in this space for a minute. So all I knew was I just went to Cash App, and they can't block Cash App. And I don't even think Cash App be showing them like what I do with the cash. So I went to Cash App, bought the Bitcoin there. Cash App tipped the money out of my bank account like if it were me just sending money to somebody else. Took it out of Cash App. It was actually cheaper at Cash App too, but you know, the spot price was a little bit higher. Take it there, sent it to my Coinbase account from Cash App so I can do the little trading and whatever. So yeah. Other than that, guys, if you like this content, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because you know I only grow if you guys actually subscribe and like. Not only that, comment below, how do you feel about my little story time, my little story about like what happened to me? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're watching this on Instagram, you're watching this like a day late, because I always upload these videos to YouTube first, and then I upload them to Instagram the day later. So you're pretty much getting late information. If you want like updated information on Instagram, then you gotta definitely go to my YouTube page and subscribe, because it helps me grow. It helps me get the message out. So you gotta share this to anybody just to get the message out. Other than that, guys, check me out later. Take it easy. Peace.